I want you to think of something that you've been putting off: a business, a YouTube channel, a side hustle, a fitness goal, something you've had in your head for months, maybe years, that you still haven't started. Now ask yourself honestly, why not? Most people say they're waiting for the right time, or the right money, or the right conditions, but I'm going to tell you something that changed everything for me. The right time was 6 months ago, and the second best time is right now. Today, I'm breaking down the real reasons most people never start. Not the excuses they tell themselves, but the actual psychological traps keeping them stuck. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I broke out of them. Because I was one of those people. Let's get into it. What's good, everybody? I'm the Saint DC, and on this channel, I talk about building wealth, productivity, mindset, health and fitness, and dating, all with God at the center. I'm building Sweet Dreams Enterprises while working full time, and I document everything so you can learn from what I'm doing in real time. If that's the content you've been looking for, subscribe, and let's grow together. Now, before I get into this, I want to be real with you. I'm not talking to you from the top of a mountain. I haven't made $1 million yet. I'm 23, still in the grind, still figuring it out. But here's what I do have. I actually started, and I'm learning that starting, just starting, separates you from the majority of people who will go to their grave with their idea still inside them. That's not going to be me. And after this video, it's not going to be you either. The first thing I need you to understand is this: you are not lazy. Say that again. You are not lazy. Laziness is when you don't care. But you do care. You care a lot. You've thought about your idea constantly. You've Googled it. You've watched videos about it. You've imagined what it would look like if it worked. That is not laziness. That is fear wearing the mask of laziness. Fear of what exactly? Fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Fear of starting and finding out you're not as good as you thought? Fear of telling people about your dream and having it not work out? Fear of putting yourself out there and being met with silence? I felt all of that. When I first thought about starting Sweet Dreams Enterprises and putting my face on a YouTube channel, my first instinct wasn't excitement. It was dread. What if nobody watches? What if people from my job see it and laugh? What if I build all this and it fails publicly? Those thoughts are real, and they are powerful, don't get me wrong. But here's what I had to accept. The fear doesn't go away by waiting. The longer you wait, the louder the fear gets. The only thing that quiets it is action. Imperfect, messy, uncomfortable action. The second reason most people never start is what I call the perfection trap. They're waiting until everything is perfect. The website needs to be perfect. The logo needs to be perfect. The plan needs to be airtight. The camera needs to be better. The lighting needs to be right. The script needs to be polished. And meanwhile, nothing ships. Nothing launches. Nothing exists. Here's the truth about perfection. It's procrastination in a suit. It sounds responsible. It sounds disciplined. But it's just fear with a better excuse. My first video was not perfect. My store is not perfect. My setup right now, recording in my room after a 12-hour shift, it's not perfect. But it's real, and real beats perfect every single time on the internet. Because people don't connect with perfect, they connect with honesty. You know what happens when you ship something imperfect? You learn. You get feedback. You improve. You ship the next thing better than the first. That cycle of ship, learn, improve, that's actually how you get good. Not by planning forever in your head. The market will teach you things no amount of preparation ever could. But you have to be in the market first. You have to start. The third trap is one I almost fell into permanently. Waiting for permission. Waiting for someone to tell you your idea is good. Waiting for a sign that it's the right time. Waiting for your circumstances to change. More money. Less stress. A better job. More time. Nobody is coming to give you permission. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not your boss, not the algorithm. This is your life, and the decision to build something is yours alone. I had to reach a point where I stopped asking people what they thought about my idea and starting asking God and what He wanted me to do with the gifts He gave me. That shift from seeking human validation to seeking divine direction changed everything for me. Colossians chapter 3, verse 23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for likes, not for approval, not for people who might not even be cheering for you anyway." When I started operating from that place, building for God first, everything else second, the opinions of other people stopped having so much weight. I stopped waiting for permission and started taking ownership. I want to talk about something nobody talks about: the cost of not starting. We spend a lot of time talking about the risk of starting. What if it fails? What if you lose time or money? But nobody calculates the cost of staying exactly where you are. Every day you don't start is a day of compound learning you don't get. Every week you wait is a week your competition, the person who did start, pulls further ahead. Every month that passes is another month you spend all your income at a job that owns your time instead of building something that could one day give you that time back. The risk of inaction is just as real as the risk of action. It's just quieter. It doesn't announce itself. It just slowly becomes your life. I think about the version of me that never started. Still at the same job, same routine, no channel, no store, nothing building in the background. That version of me is comfortable, but comfort is a slow death when you know you were made for more. And I genuinely believe, that if God put a vision in you, He also puts in you everything you need to execute it. The question is whether you're going to be faithful with it or let it die in your head. So, how did I actually start? Because I want to give you something real, not just inspiration. 3 things changed everything for me. First, I lowered the bar for launch. I told myself, the first version just needs to exist. It doesn't need to be great. It doesn't need to go viral. It just needs to be real. My first video is out there right now. It's not my best work, but it's out there. And every video since has been better because of it. Lower the bar for launch, not for effort. Second, I made the deadline non-negotiable. Not, I'll start when I'm ready. A real date, March 5th. Video 1 goes live. I told myself that date, and I held it like a commitment to God, not just to myself. Deadlines make things real. Deadlines kill the perfection trap because the clock doesn't care about your logo. Third, I built accountability into my environment. This channel is public accountability. Every day I create a daily overview for myself. Every Thursday I put out a video. People are watching, even if it's just a few right now. That visibility forces me to stay in motion. Find your version of that. Tell someone. Post publicly. Make it harder to quit than to keep going. Let me bring this home. Most people never start because of fear, perfectionism, and waiting for permission that will never come. They calculate the risk of starting, but never calculate the cost of not starting. And one day they look up and realize the window has been open for years. They just never walked through it. You don't need more preparation. You don't need more money. You don't need better circumstances. You need a decision. One decision made today to stop negotiating with yourself and start. Start messy. Start tired. Start from your bedroom with a camera and a mic and a dream. But start. Because here's what I know. The people who build something real aren't the most talented or the most resourced. They're the ones who started when everyone else was still thinking about it. Don't let that be you. Be the one who started. If this video lit something in you, drop a comment below and tell me what you're starting. I want to know. Hit the like button, subscribe for new videos every week on business, productivity, mindset, health and fitness, and dating. And if you're ready to move on the business side, check out Sweet Dreams Enterprises. All the tools and products I use are linked in the description. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay faithful, and start. Peace.